SENOR TOBA.
SENOR TOBA, he's got him. SENOR TOBA, too good for enjoying.
Becomes a possibility because SENOR TOBA will be lining up for trainer Casper Founds, and Joe Moreira will be the man on board. And I'm very pleased to say that they now join us on this feature interview ahead of Sunday's big race. Gentlemen, many thanks for joining us here today. Casper Founds and Joe Moreira, who will team up with SENOR TOBA. Guys, great to see you both. I imagine the excitement very much is building towards Sunday's feature race. Casper, if I may come to you first, SENOR TOBA, he's a horse who has had Derby stamped all over him for a little while now. First off, how frustrating has the preparation been, Casper? Because it hasn't probably been the smoothest. Would that be fair?
Yeah, that'd be fair. But, you know, that's what we as trainers get to learn to deal with. We have to deal with problems with horses and setbacks. But I'm happy to report that I've got the horse where I want him to be leading into the big one. So, yeah, I'm very happy.
And just on part of that preparation, Casper, he had a recent trial. He looked to come through that trial quite nicely. Is he? Do you think he's right where you need him now for the Derby? I mean, he's running the Classic Cup, was very good in defeat.
Yeah, look, he's a horse that's just going to continue to improve. I think come December, or certainly 12 months from today, he's going to be well into triple figures. That's not even an issue, and probably be the best staying horse in Hong Kong. You know, certainly over the next, from the age of 5 onwards, I would be quite confident of saying that. But at this stage, you know, of his prep, he is, I've got him where I want him to be. We've got a lovely gate in gate 3. And, you know, we're looking forward to the race on Sunday. Yeah, very happy.
Just on barrier 3, in fact, now going back through the stats since the year 2000, it's the most successful barrier as well. So I don't know how much you read into that as a trainer, but I guess it's certainly not a bad thing knowing that 4 previous winners have come from that gate.
Mate, we'll always take the stats if they're in our favor, and if they're not in our favor, we'll try to change them. But look, the horse is going to have the blinkers on for the first time. We took him to the gates this morning. He's starting to all come together. He's starting to know how to jump better and know what we want of him. We want to get him into some sort of position to take advantage of that, and I think we're going to be able to do that on Sunday.
Casper, you've won a couple of derbies, most recently last year, obviously, with the late Sky Darcy, which obviously we send our condolences to you and his owners, of course, because it was such a shame to lose a great horse like him. 11 years was the wait, Super Satin in 2010. How does SENOR TOBA compare to those 2 horses that you've trained to win this great race?
I think he's a better horse than them. I think he's got what it takes, and, you know, I'm really looking forward to the race Sunday. It's a good race. We respect this race. There's a lot of good horses with a lot of quality in it. And it's not easy to win a Derby, that's for sure. But I can't do much more at this stage of his prep than to have him where I want him to be. And, you know, I'm pretty confident that he's certainly going to be very competitive. And, you know, like anything in racing, you always need some luck. You need things to fall your way. But I'm confident that he'll be there when the whips are cracking, and God willing, we can go back to back and get the result and win back-to-back derbies.
Casper, you're a very cool customer. I want to ask, what sort of pressure is put onto a trainer to win a derby? Because I mean, without overhyping it, the nature of the beast here is that this is the race at the forefront of owners' minds. Every year, do you start the season thinking, right, what's my derby horse? How am I going to win another derby?
No doubt. It's something that's, it's always at you, and you're really hoping that you can get those potential type of horses into your yard. Sometimes, it might come like Sky Darcy in the form of a PPG, and he was the only PPG last year in the Derby. And you get lucky enough to get those sort of horses that can work their way through the grades. And this year, there's a few PPGs that are at the top end of the Derby ratings. So it just shows you in Hong Kong, you can rack up rating points very quickly when you've got horses that are really smart and are winning by big margins. They can just get there in a short period of time. In regards to Toba, like I said, we're in good form, mate, and we're looking forward to the race Sunday.
Well, Casper, that leads me nicely on to you, Joe. Many thanks for joining us here this afternoon. Now, the trainer has said that he thinks SENOR TOBA is potentially a better horse than Sky Darcy. Where do you sit on that sort of rating with the horses matching up? Do you feel the same? Do you feel Senor Toba really is a horse that can go to the next level?
I actually don't like to compare horses. Of course, SENOR TOBA seems to be a very promising horse. He's on his way up. He certainly is a horse, the right horse for the Derby, because he has indicated to me, I guess, to the connection, that he's a real stayer type of a horse. And honestly, I would be going into this race more confident about SENOR TOBA than what I was last year going into the same race with Sky Darcy. So I really hope Casper is right about that SENOR TOBA might be a better horse than Sky Darcy, but I wouldn't like to be comparing them.
No, for sure. That's a fair comment, of course. Obviously, it's very difficult to compare years and generations and so on and so forth, but two very good horses regardless. Just on that run last time, Joe, obviously in the Classic Cup, he ran 5th. He was doing really good work late. Are you pleased with the barrier towards the inside? Do you feel that's the right place to be over 2,000 metres?
That's for sure. Casper already answered that. It's in our favor. The last thing I would want is to jump out from gate 12 or 14 with him. Somebody else gonna have to jump out from there, but I'm glad that I'm not the one.
Absolutely.
The horse himself, from the gate, he should be having every chance. I'm very happy with that.
Indeed, obviously, as you say, he is drawn very well, and you don't want to be out in the car park, as it were. Joe, just for you, obviously, personally. Now, obviously, you're very much, top of the tree here in Hong Kong. Obviously, you're fighting out championships. You've won championships. You've certainly made your mark here on Hong Kong racing. I mean, every year, you've got this choice of horses, and I guess sometimes you're going to make the right choice, sometimes you're going to make the wrong choice. But throughout the course of the series and working towards this Derby, SENOR TOBA, is he the horse that you've always thought, well, I think he could be the Derby horse?
Well, Casper is here, and he knows what I've said. For the first time I've sat on this horse, I said, this is a Derby horse. He can probably win it. And I have never even ridden him before at the races, not even done the form on him. And once I've done it, I was I might be right about it, because he has a very good international form. Before he comes to Hong Kong. And so far, things has gone in a good way, not perfectly, because he had one interruption, like he was one race that he ended up missing, but the feeling he's been giving to us in the last bit, the last couple of days is quite promising, it's quite exciting. So not any different than what Casper is feeling. I'm quite excited. I am having a cooling feeling in my stomach, which I would call it pleasure. At the same time, call it pressure.
Yeah.
As you're describing, I've been quite successful, but the history behind is not going to make sure that you win another one, and we all want to. We want to win this race very badly. It's an important race. It's a race of one chance for each horse. You don't want to miss it. When you get a chance, you gotta make sure you do everything right. And apparently, we are on the right path. And also, things so far has been going our favor in regards to the gates. So I'm looking forward to the race.
Absolutely. And just one final question, Joe, for you as a rider. Do you prepare for a race like the Derby any differently to, say, a Happy Valley on a Wednesday night or a Saturday meeting at Sha Tin? Is there anything you do, or anything in particular that you sort of change about your sort of mindset and your game plan coming into a big race like this?
I do a lot. I try to avoid to let other people get into my mind. When I mean that, I avoid as much as I can be reading articles, because that guide you to make different mistakes. If you to do a mistake, make your own mistake. Trying to get it done right. Your own. Don't let other people guide you to do those kind of mistakes. So I avoid letting too many people get on my mind with information, and I do my own form as usual. All the information is out there on the website. All that you need to know, you can get it. So just go after it. Just don't let other people get on your mind. And that's my plan, to make sure I get to those big days and perform at my best, not letting others be part of it.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, you are the man charged with obviously steering the horse. Casper, to come back to you, I've got a question here from Larry Young. He just asks, how far away in a time frame do you think we're going to see the best of SENOR TOBA? 3 months, 6 months? Will it be sooner? Would it be further than that? What sort of time frame do you put on this horse?
He's just a horse that's just going to continue to improve because he's still not there physically. He's still developing into his big frame. And in Hong Kong, you know, it's proven that once they get to 5 and 6, that's when we'll see the best of him. And I believe that's what this horse is going to do. He's just going to continue to improve, and he's going to eat up 2400 when the time comes as well.
Yeah, he's very much an exciting prospect for sure. I'm not sure if we've got any more questions from our senior partners. We do. We've got Toto from Cable TV. He'd like to ask you, Casper. Both horses have got a nice draw, and both have blinkers for the first time. Will Rocket Spade be a pacemaker? I must just ask you about him as well, because obviously he won that trial that SENOR TOBA came through.
Speed maps or anything just yet. So once I do all the form and stuff, I'll work things out. And we'll just give the best opportunity to both my horses to give them the chance to win. Rocket Spade has got the blinkers on most of his career in New Zealand with a lot of success. His trial the other day was very, very pleasing. And he's a horse, you know, coming out of gate 5 that will seem to relish the 2000 as well. So, you know, we've got options with him. So we'll study the speed maps and make a plan to give both horses the best opportunity. And I'd love coming out of gate 5 that will seem to relish the 2000 as well. So, you know, we've got options with him. So we'll study the speed maps. Nothing better than to win the Derby again.
Absolutely. You got Vincent Ho riding Rocket Spade. He'll jump from gate number 5. I'm not sure if we've got any more questions from our media. I'm not sure if Alan Aitken's still with us. I'm not sure if Alan would like to put a question to both.
Probably gone for a haircut, I'd say.
Casper and Joe. It's been required of late as well. But I'm not sure we've got any more questions. So with that, gentlemen, we shall wish you very well for Sunday's big race, and obviously SENOR TOBA, a horse we're all looking forward to seeing. Joe, hopefully you can win a third Derby, and Casper, hopefully it can be the same for you. Many thanks for taking the time to chat to us here today.